Hi guys, welcome back to the UK and Ireland tour. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have two games for you. We are at home against Kilmarnock and away against Aberdeen, both in the Scottish Premier League. And we also have our January transfer window roundup in what has been a very entertaining one for us. Since you were last with us, in terms of actual match performances, we've looked pretty good. Obviously, we had the triple threat last time out. We did have a 2-0 defeat at home against Celtic. We were completely outplayed once again by them. And I fear that it's going to take a lot for us to catch them. We then drew 1-1 at home against Motherwell. Again, a bit of a frustrating game, but the rotation does seem to be working as games go on. But it was a decent recovery match after that defeat to Celtic. And then we followed it up with a 2-0 win away against St Mirren. A very frustrating 0-0 draw away against Livingston in a game that we dominated. We just, again, couldn't find the back of the net. And then we went into the Scottish Cup fourth round, won 5-0 away against Hamilton, a 4-2 win away against Motherwell in the league, and then an 8-0 thrashing of Ross County at home. It was a phenomenal performance, and we had 8 different goal scorers, which was absolutely madness, really. It was a phenomenal game, and we just completely dominated. And as you can see, we've changed formation, and there's one or two new faces there as well that you may not recognise. So let's get into that now. And we got given a bit of a boost for January. We got given a much larger transfer budget. The board decided to give us, I think it was around £6 or £8 million, if I remember rightly. And it has allowed us to do some good business. So Zago Thior has gone out on loan to Generation Foot along with Bakary Toure. They are new signings that we brought in from Generation Foot, but they've gone out on loan there until the end of their season. Divine Munkasa was out on loan. We've decided to sell him in the end for £700,000 to Middlesbrough. And Mindo Saib has finally left the club as well. He has gone to Pogon on a free transfer. But in terms of players coming in, like I say, we were relatively busy. And a lot of the deals are quite cheap, but my word, have they come good already. So Oscar Santa Maria, I've had an eye on him for a while. A very good Colombian under-20 international striker, former under-20, of course, he is now 22. He's worth between 12.5 and £14 million. We only paid 1.6 million for him. He's 6'2", excellent physical attributes, determined character, really good decision making, excellent finisher. And I'm really hoping he could be the key to us making that extra push. And partnering Vasquez up front could really take us to that next level. We then signed 4 young players from Generation Foot. So Chiku Gueye came in, an 18-year-old under 20 international for Senegal. 250,000. He's worth more than £10 million. Just because he's come from obscure into a much less obscure league to play in. Excellent attributes again, mental attributes and physical attributes are quite decent. He's not got a lot of pace, but he's a very fit character and he is a central midfield player, and that is exactly what we need. Decent passer, good technique, a very determined character as well, and a good work rate. So an excellent player to have brought in. Zago Thiar is another one. He's a 21-year-old centre back again, Senegalese. His valuation hasn't gone up, but of course he's not come into our first team fold as of yet. He has stayed over there, so I reckon he is another one that will shoot up. Physicality-wise, pretty decent. 6'2" centre back, marking and tackling very good. Heading not the best, but good positional. Really good teamwork and work rate. Very determined character. Again, not the quickest, but other than that, a very good young centre back. He was, again, a player that came in for 250,000. Likewise, Bakary Toure. And again, I think he's a very good player. Very good defensive attributes. Can play in midfield or at right back. And again, good leadership qualities. Excellent determination. Decent physical attributes. Marking and tackling are quite good as well. And he's 6'1". So he could be a very good player for us in any of those positions. And Cheek Dior. Now, particularly excited about him. We actually beat Juventus to signing Cheek Dior. I think it was him. It may have been Chiku Gueye. One of the two Juventus wanted. Anyway, we beat them to him. 250,000. And again, attribute-wise, very, very good. Under 20 international, again for Senegal. And valuation, again, has shot right up. If things don't work out for them, we will make profit on all 4 of them and quite a considerable amount of it as well. Vusi Zwane has come in from Kaiser Chiefs, a South African international left back. 22 caps already for him. And again, 400, I think it was £400,000 we paid for him. He has come in and he's been excellent already. Plenty of assists. Again, physical attributes remain very, very strong. Good tackling and marking ability. Determination and work rate is reasonable, but good teamwork and leadership qualities. And he has certainly settled into a rhythm here already. And lastly, Denilson Selemin, who came in on deadline day just the 1 day ago, an under-20 international for Colombia. He's an attacking player, can play on that left wing. Again, good pace. He's an okay finisher. We did need an extra bit of cover on that left-hand side. He's not going to jump straight into the first team, but he's a player that I think could develop quite nicely. Good crossing and dribbling ability. Determination, again, is decent. £900,000 paid. We may have overpaid for him slightly, but I'm hoping that as time goes on, he could break into the side. So without further ado, let's see how we get on. We need to push on a little bit, and we start off with a home game against Kilmarnock. Obviously, since recent matches, Celtic have really taken charge in the league title. They're 10 points clear of us. We have a 6-point gap at the moment to Rangers, with a further 5 points to Aberdeen, who have a game in hand over us anyway. But we're looking pretty comfortable in that second place at the moment, and a win in our next 2 games could secure that, really. And Celtic, they're going to be very difficult to catch. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be one of them things that in a season that we win our head-to-heads with Celtic, we need to make sure that that is going to be the time when we really take advantage. And it's going to be tough to catch them, but we are building a very strong team here. They're all young players, they can all develop. We don't really need to sign anyone for the future either. We're looking pretty strong in strength and depth now as well. And hopefully going forward, we won't really have to do too much more business. It'll be a case of if we have to sell someone, then we'll get someone in to replace them. And I think that will it's certainly set us up well, I think, this January transfer window. We've managed to strengthen in certain positions, and hopefully we can push on for the rest of this season. Messam here into Diamande, lays it back into Damien Rawdon. And now Dylan Levy just on to possession and lays it to the left-hand side for Eli Yuan. And now Dylan Levitt again. Into Messam again. Nice little bit of play. Santa Maria getting on that left-hand side. Eli Yuan has actually taken up his Santa Maria's position up front, but he's managed to get it back. And there is Vasquez. And Bergstrom couldn't keep it out. And it was a very good effort at the save from the goalkeeper, to be fair. But Vasquez just got enough behind it to make the finish. Bergstrom couldn't quite keep it out. A little bit scrappy in the end on that left-hand side, but Santa Maria did really well to win back possession, and Yuan into Vasquez. And yeah, let's be honest, their goalkeeper was a little bit unlucky with that one. But it doesn't matter. We'll certainly take it. We have an early lead here. And hopefully we can build on that and push on for these 3 points. Diamande here with a free kick. Whips it in and it's over the crossbar. It's one thing we've been lacking. We've scored a couple of excellent free kicks this season, but a proper set-piece taker is something that we've lacked. Arguably throughout the whole save, even in our previous clubs, we've really struggled at set pieces at times. And Levitt there with a strike, but it's very comfortably saved from Bergstrom. Obviously, when I say set pieces, I mean the free kick side of things. Corners, we're not too bad with. But yeah, free kick wise, we do seem to really lack that quality in the set piece. Here is Morrison into Levitt, and now Diop. Just coming down this right hand side, just lays it back into Levitt again. And again, very comfortable, maintaining possession. Ron out to Messam now. Coming down this left-hand side, cuts it and gets a shot away. I mean, he scored some belters for us when we were at Crusaders, didn't he? But that was, shall we say, a typical left-back finish, I would have said. But there, we hold on to our advantage. And with the half an hour point just about to come up, we have another opportunity potentially knocking. But it is for Kilmarnock, and McKinstry just lays it back into Hernandez, who gets the crossing. And there is Salcedo, who is actually a very decent striker for the Scottish Premier League. He's someone that we've definitely got to keep an eye on today. And Phillips here into Morrison. And now Dylan Levitt. Just on to it, lays it across to Diamande. And now Eli Yuan over the top. Vasquez, can he beat the keeper? He almost got there, Hector Vasquez. But Bergstrom just managed to get there first. And that could have been very much a second goal for us if he just had that little bit more in pace. Diop winning that header, but couldn't find Labe, and now Hernandez down this left-hand side into Lawrence. A little bit end-to-end here, and the highlights continued, and good interception, and Diop manages to clear, and Santa Maria now picks it up. And there's space on this right-hand side if he can find the support, but he's made the run, and it's a brilliant run here. And Santa Maria, what a goal that would have been. It's an excellent effort from him. And Bergstrom with a very good save to keep it out. And again, end-to-end stuff. But it's just edging in our favour here. Diamande with a delivery. Rodden's header quite a way over the bar, unfortunately. But again, we do find the target on a lot of these corner kicks. It's just getting that accuracy for the conversion. And like I say, free kick wise, we do struggle. Just noticed there that Motherwell lead against St Johnstone thanks to a goal from our striker, Aguado. Here is Vasquez into Labe. Back into Vasquez again. He needs a little bit more support. Labe's just gone ahead of him. He's whipped it across. What a ball. And Eli Yuan has scored. What a phenomenal delivery from Hector Vasquez. I really hope Yuan managed to stay on side. What a fantastic cross that was, especially from the position he was in. I mean, Eli Yuan was... What a lovely cross that is. And Yuan controlled it superbly. The defender just didn't get near it at all. It's 2-0, and that is a massive amount of quality in that goal. What a fantastic ball across that was. He was just onside. Obviously, from the camera angle, we can't actually see Yuan. That's how far away he was. What a fantastic piece of play that was from Vasquez again. And 2-0, and we approach half-time now, and Messam in possession, finding Eli Yuan back into Diamande, just again, playing it patient, searching for those opportunities. Since going 2 up front, we do look very, very dangerous, and Santa Maria's now in behind, and Santa Maria again produces a very good save from Bergstrom. He's looked very sharp, actually, Santa Maria, since he's signed. He's not quite getting into the rhythm for the goals at the moment, but again, he's still settling into the squad. And in time, I think he with Vasquez is going to be a very dangerous partnership in the Scottish Premier League. And I mean, 67% possession, we've had plenty of attempts on target. I think we should be looking good for the 3 points here. We'll tell the lads not to get complacent. At 2-0, the game is secure for us at the moment, but it isn't finished. We need to maintain what we're doing and keep the pressure on. But Lawrence has found a bit of space here and finds Raksaki. And now McKinstry, good tackle by Dylan Levitt, and Diop just getting there ahead of Javier Hernandez. And now Diop again, still carrying on with his run down this right-hand side. It's a really good piece of play from him. Can he get the cross in? He lays it into Labe, and it's fallen for Hector Vasquez. And his fantastic season continues. His fantastic match continues. Firing it low and hard just inside that post. And I think it might have even clipped it. That's how close he was to fully hitting the woodwork. And Labe with a little dummy there. Really well played from him. And Vasquez with 2 goals and an assist today. He has had a fantastic match. His 23rd goal of the season. And he has certainly stepped in as our main striker so far. Obviously, Santa Maria with him, we could have a lot of goals coming in this second half of the season, as well as hopefully for next season as well, depending on how the transfer window goes, especially over the summer. Here is Salcedo, though, in behind, and it's a poor finish. Very poor finish from Salcedo. And at 3-0, we're looking pretty comfortable. Obviously, the fixtures have thinned out a little bit at this point, but we do need to keep an eye on fitness levels. We have got Aberdeen in 6 days' time. We're just going to pause there for a minute. There's 20 minutes to go, and I have noticed that Diop is struggling a little bit, so we'll get Max Johnston on at right back. Diamandi's not had a bad game today, but we'll take him off. We'll get Cheek Dior on for him. And in terms of any other substitutions, we're looking pretty reasonable at the moment. So I'll just leave it as the 2 for now, and then subject to anything else changing, we can then just make a couple of quick subs as the game finishes. That's a poor pass from Morrison and Stankovic into Johnson, and now McKinstry caught tackle from Luke Messam. He slowed it down, but the pressure is still there. And again, we just got a little bit lazy there, just losing a little bit of concentration. Salcino has found Andrew Lucas Johnson, and Kilmarnock have a goal back, and that is poor at the back. I think it was Liam Morrison who gave the ball away. And we just need to focus in a little bit. Dylan Levitt here with a free kick. swings it in. It's a good effort, and Bergstrom making a very good save. And again, we'll just pause there momentarily. Labe is struggling a little bit for fitness, so we'll take him off, and we'll probably bring Dean Martin on for him. Dean Martin did what a loan move, we just couldn't find him one. It was quite unfortunate, really. He's appreciated that we have tried to loan him out, but again, we've just not been able to do so. And it's unfortunate, really, because he is the kind of player that we want to keep at the club. He is homegrown at club as well, so it's ideal for European qualification. The problem is he won't sign a new contract because we couldn't get him out on loan. But Dean Martin's done really well there to win possession, and he's completely switched the style of play here. And Santa Maria is in, and again, just lacking in the finish, but he's certainly looking sharp, Santa Maria. It's just going to be a case of getting his confidence up. And Mao out there with a strike from that free kick for Kilmarnock. It was a good 30 yards out, really. And it remains 3-1, and the game's just going to peter out here. It's been a very good performance, though. We can be very pleased with that. So another 3 points on the board, and I'm not too sure which is our game in hand, if you see what I mean, because obviously we did have a game in hand over Celtic, which would close the gap to 7 points if we continue to win. And obviously there is other games being played as well. So I'm not too sure exactly how it's going to work, but we'll see. Aguado with a brace there for Motherwell. He's certainly finding his feet in the Scottish Premier League, which is what we wanted. And of course, if we get him back and he's very much improved with Santa Maria, Hit, Aguado and Vasquez, we have got some firepower. And again, it's going to be a case of seeing what happens as things go. But Vasquez with a phenomenal performance. I mean, that assist was absolutely out of this world, wasn't it? It was fantastic. And hopefully he can continue that in the next game. 3 days' time, we are away against Aberdeen. So bear with me. We'll come back for that one. And hopefully we can get another 3 points on the board. Okay then, guys, here we go. We are away against Aberdeen today. Celtic have played since, and we maintain that game in hand. Obviously, Celtic do also play today against St Mirren. So it's a full set of fixtures today. We've got to keep an eye on Rangers and Celtic, both of which are away from home. And obviously, a win for us against Aberdeen would really um, see as well. To be honest, it puts 16 points clear of them down in fourth place. Obviously, when the league splits, we've got to play them all again anyway. So, we've got to put ourselves in the strongest position possible, and hopefully we can do that. In terms of the starting lineup, it's exactly the same. We've got no reason really to change matters. Murray Johnson is coming in on the bench because of an injury to Jack Wint, and hopefully we can get the job done. And incidentally, after I was talking about Dean Martin, he has said he's now happy with his game time. We're going to take him off the loan list. We've offered him a new contract, which would have been up at the end of this season, and hopefully he will sign very, very soon. And that would be, to be honest, I'd be quite pleased with that. He's a decent finisher. He's a very good rotation player to have in the squad as well. And if he wants to go out on loan, then yes, we can take him out on loan. But he is a player that I would like to keep at the club one way or another anyway. So that is a good boost for us. And Motherwell have lost both of their strikers in the opening 10 minutes in Souza and Aguado, but they have just taken the lead against Hearts, albeit Hearts have just equalised. Queen's Park lead away at Livingston as well. Consolone, who was a player that we were looking at as well, with the goal, and St Johnstone lead away against Ross County through Diallo. Rangers and Celtic remain level. Here is Tresolde into Panzo. Now Weir into Babbage. It's a good pass that from Weir, and it seems to have split our midfield wide open. Here is Tresolde with the strike, and he's clipped the crossbar. What an effort that was. That would have been a very good goal if that had gone in where Aberdeen are concerned. Here's Farrell into Weir, and he's been brought down by Labe. And I mean, it said down there, it looked a little bit harsh. Both of the players went for the ball. Weir just about got there first. A penalty's been given, and we could find ourselves behind here, which would not be ideal. It will certainly give us a lot of work to do here. Balakari, with the penalty, comfortably converts it. He smashes it into the top corner. And I think, to be honest, even if Phillips went the right way, he probably wouldn't have got there anyway. But we found ourselves behind, very much against the run of play. We've had the majority of possession. We've had a lot more chances. Obviously, XG-wise, Aberdeen are ahead because of that penalty. It's a 50-50 chance, and it does always shoot up the XG as well. We'll tell lads that we need a lot more from them in the second half, but it could be that we'll have to make some changes. Rangers are down to 10 men. They've had a player sent off against Kilmarnock. Celtic have just taken the lead away against St Mirren as well, so we're not looking too good here. And Clarkson here with the delivery, looking toward that far post. We just about managed to get it away. And despite all the chances we've not had any highlights go in our favour so far today. And it is a bit of a concern because it just shows that our chances that we have had haven't really been particularly good opportunities. Here is Phillips, just holding on to possession, plays it into Damien Rawdon. And now Diamande again. It's just not quite clicking for us in there at the moment. Here's Arobio into Asai Samuel. Plays it into Arobio again. Lays it inside. Valakari got there and Babbage has scored. And there was a hint of offside, but I don't think it was. And I think Aberdeen are going to have a 2-goal advantage and we are going to demand more here. Oh, it's been disallowed, so we've gotten away with that. We're going to demand more anyway because performance-wise, we have been very, very poor today. I mean, in comparison to the game against Kilmarnock, I mean, like I say, we've had more chances, but we've just not done anything with them at all. We're going to go very attacking. And again, we're going to demand more. And we are going to make some changes because all of our players are now shattered. We're going to get Fletcher and Dior on in the midfield. Fullback wise, I mean, we need to strengthen everywhere, really, don't we? We'll get Dean Martin and Paddy Lane on out wide. And we'll get Johnston on at right back as well. And hopefully we can find a way to create an opportunity and get back into this game. And again, we're creating chances, but nothing's really coming of it at the minute. Here is Johnston into Diop, back to Johnson, swings it into that pass, and Paddy Lane is there, and he's gotten underneath it. Kelly was pretty much out of his goal. Kilmarnock have taken lead against Rangers, and it looks like we're going to miss an opportunity here. Babbage loses out to Morrison. Here is Martin charging forward. Can he find a way to get past his man? Yes, he can. Plays it back into Johnson, gets the cross in. Georgiev manages to click. Well, that penalty looked harsh as well against Aberdeen. Surely that's not a penalty. Well, the penalty's been given. I didn't think it was. I don't think either of them were, really. But can we draw ourselves level? Santa Maria converts the penalty. It's a big equaliser. We're going to drop back to a positive mentality. I don't want us to lose the game from here. And we'll offer the lads some encouragement as well. Try and really build it up a little bit. It's a nice penalty into that bottom corner. And with 10 minutes to go, can we find a way to get a winner? Celtic 2-0 up in their game. Rangers have got a late equaliser against Kilmarnock. And we've ended up finishing with a 1-0 draw here. So not ideal. But to be honest, I'll take it. 2 very dodgy penalties. Other than that, not too many highlights, which, despite the number of chances we had in the match, does indicate that they weren't particularly good chances. But there, we still put in a good performance. With 10 points behind Celtic. Yes, we've got a game in hand, but it's not ideal. They won 3-0 against St Mirren and very comfortably, really. 2 penalties for Callum McGregor in that match. And I think what we're doing with Hibernian is definitely working. We have taken them to the next level for sure, but we're not on par with Celtic. 2 harsh penalties, I think. That one, yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, really. But there, it is what it is. We've gotten away with one, I think, there, really. We'll get through the next few matches, and then we've got the round of 16 in the Europa Conference League to come. The draw hasn't been done yet, so I'll see you all on Friday for that Conference League tie. So until then, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.